so concerned and worried about everyone else's problems except mine because I'm dealing with a deeper depression and I like to project.
I don't know who he could be talking about. Your allegations are serious, bro.
Oh, champs.
That's not even allegations at this point. You literally yourself admitted that you were texting a minor inappropriately in your tweet.
A lot of people donated.
I don't even have to say allegation.
I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. You know?
It's dead space. What are you doing?
Are you nervous to be back?
You should be.
After what's transpired over the last couple months, am I excited to be back to this type of world?
It's actually so crazy because I could tell by his demeanor and his attitude, he actually feels entitled to people's benefit of the doubt. When the allegation here or the charge, I guess socially, is you inappropriately talking to a minor. It's actually crazy the attitude that I'm getting from him right now. Like, what? I talk to kids? What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
This is where we started. 16 years ago? 2008, I think.
You started your YouTube channel the year the girl or the boy you were talking to was born. That's 16 or 17 years ago. Ironically, that is the same age. That will be the year that this kid that you were talking to was born. That's actually so crazy to me. That's so crazy to me.
Missed the point with my personal statement.
Missed the point?
Maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
You did.
Huh, champs? You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules.
Well, why wouldn't you? If I have a situation that I am the only one who looks bad in, why wouldn't I respect the rules of the agreement? If I'm gonna look bad, why would I say anything? Like, good job, you didn't publicly come out and say that you were being weird with a minor?
My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know. But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond.
Okay.
And again, champs, I respected all the confidential obligations.
Again, why wouldn't you?
But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason.
And for anybody that don't know, that's the guy who was saying that if y'all, I think he was saying something like if y'all get this tweet or y'all get this link or something, a certain amount of traction, then I'll tell you why he was actually banned. It was like a scumbag type of reason. Like, if you do this, then I'll tell you why he was actually banned. It was some weirdo shit. But essentially, I think that's the dude that was coming out to say that, like, oh, DrDisrespect did X, Y, Z.
Years later, Cody, why do this?
Why not?
What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you know,
I mean, the messages probably weren't.
Knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020.
What did he say that the reason was, too, by the way?
I mean, for what? Cody, why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? Did you not know the repercussions of accusing me, Cody Connors? You see, you don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any first-hand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages?
Is that what he said?
Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is?
Oh, wow. Okay. So, already, just 5 minutes in, I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing, bro. Whenever you have to get into the, like, technically, legally, age of consent, was it really a minor? She's legal in this state. What's another one? I don't know. It's so many. When you get to the technical aspects, you just saying this so that you can stay out of prison. You can stay out of jail. But you know, socially speaking, there is no world or realm of possibility where you would entertain a 40-year-old man almost talking to what I would imagine. I mean, you said it yourself, it was a minor. So there's no world or realm where DrDisrespect, as weird as he may be, would say, I'm cool with my children talking to some 40-year-old man and they're minors. I don't care what the reason would be. It don't have to even be sexual. You could just be like, I don't want any grown-up texting my minor child. He wouldn't even apply this to his own life. Like, his own life would probably go much different when it comes to keeping his own children safe.
And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody.
You did too.
I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement.
'Cause it's the truth. Unless you made up this elaborate lie and you weren't talking to somebody who was underage. Unless that's this is that the next scapegoat? Is this all like it's all a part of a plan? Is that what you about to say?
As someone with a criminology degree, I hate this nigga. He trying to find a loophole in his horrendous crime,
Bro.
and he's seeing age of consent as a social construct to excuse himself.
Yes.
Edited, etc. Just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it.
Oh my god, bro, there's no way. You fell into my trap card. Nigga, you're 40. What do you mean? I left a trap for the journalists. What? I mentioned in my response that I talk to a minor inappropriately to a point where I would need to even say the conversation was mutual, even though it's not, because she cannot or he cannot consent to that. But regardless, I laid it out as a trap. I let y'all move the quote-unquote goalpost from me talking inappropriately to a minor and then me anticipating that you were somehow going to change the narrative at the time from inappropriate to I'm a pedophile and allow you to run with that narrative for 2 or 3 months so I could come back and correct your verbiage, even though I'm the one that said minor in the first place. Chat, I will tell you, anybody who's truly innocent of anything and they want themselves to be absolved of anything and they take the legal due process and everything seriously on command, like the first article that comes out about them that says that they are something that they are not or besmirches their name or ruins their reputation in any regard, they're going to take it seriously at the beginning. They're not going to wait 2 and 3 months to correct it in a video response on Twitch or on YouTube and be like, yeah, now I'll tell everybody. That's not how that goes. No one does that that's not on some weirdo shit. I laid out a trap.
And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the...
Oh, did you consider that I might have OVO working for me? Bro, this is all full circle. This is all full circle. Wait, what did you say? You don't need a criminology degree to know that this man is lying? It's clear as day.
Legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
Oh, yeah. See, it's over, bro. It's over. Legal age of consent of the messages. Like, bro, okay. Chad, I wasn't talking to a minor. She was just underage. Why y'all mad? I'm not attracted to children. Just girls under 18. Why y'all mad? Why y'all mad? What's up? What's the problem?
When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets,
Y'all not going to clip that.
did
Stop.
any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at
He
the time
plotted
of the
for a week,
messages?
then fed us the information.
Literally,
You
that's
didn't.
what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban.
He literally is saying this.
You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight.
I think that did come out
I
at
never
some point.
intended to meet this user ever.
Okay, cool.
We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever.
Right. Okay.
Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack.
Why? What would
These
have been
big-time publications,
what would have been the reason?
these journalists, these various outlets are sort of just gossip channels now, don't you think, champs? They act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening.
Well, you said that you laid out a trap for journalists. So, like, what do you want them to do when the premise or basis of your claim that you made is I was inappropriately talking to minors or a minor? It's no coincidence that you stepped away for 2 months conveniently. Clearly, the allegation was of enough weight that you mentioned in your original response that you left your team or you cut ties with people that had a company that was full of people that you were employing at the time or something like that. Like, you cut ties business-wise with a lot of people. And you're presenting it now as if, like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, nothing really happened. I think what probably happened is he went for those couple weeks and he talked to a lawyer, and now he's coming back filled with this idea that the lawyer gave him that you're not going to jail, you're not going to prison, you didn't technically get sued, nobody's after you. So here's the legal way that you can explain yourself into a much more favorable position and also come across as a bit of a victim too. But I don't think that at any point this changes much from the original thing that you said.
They reported on all this based on leaks from 2 former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team. If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask. If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are,
Okay.
actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child material CSAM. I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images.
That's a very strong word to use. If there's nothing inappropriate going on in the messages with you and another minor, or I wouldn't say another minor, but you and a minor, and you a grown person, that's like such a crazy distinction to use when the narrative that you want to be accepted is that there was nothing going on. Child images refer to basically CP. And so that means that you didn't send her anything and she didn't send you anything, and you never sent her any thing that was graphic, an image or video. But that doesn't mean that you weren't coercing. That doesn't mean that there wasn't still inappropriate shit said, as there was. Clearly, you even admitted that. That doesn't mean that there wasn't any manipulation. That doesn't mean that there wasn't any coercion. That doesn't mean that there wasn't anything pretty bare bones inappropriate. And that's the issue with the word pedophile, unfortunately, because some people feel like it applies to everything, And some people feels like if it doesn't technically apply to them, then they did nothing wrong. If it doesn't technically apply in your situation and you didn't technically meet up with this person and you didn't technically exchange content, then what's the problem? And since we don't put as much emphasis on inappropriate behavior with minors and too much emphasis on pedophilia, there should be emphasis on, don't get me wrong, it makes people like this think that, well, nothing bad happened. There's no cause for concern.
Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word inappropriate purposely.
Yeah.
And look at how it's defined by everyone, champs. Huh?
Yeah, see, he thinks it's not that big of a deal. He thinks inappropriate is okay. Or as long as it's better than the child material, that he's in the clear. That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks.
Huh? Including these defaming.
He thinks that there's levels, right? Like he thinks that socially speaking, I'm supposed to look at inappropriate behavior with a minor and look at it as a couple tiers below pedophilia, and feel comfortable with this person still being around children regardless. And I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. How do we tell him? At least in my opinion, I don't feel comfortable with any adult being around a child for real like that, talking inappropriately. So like, I don't know why he thinks it's levels or layers to the. I mean, technically, legally speaking, there are, but socially speaking, none of y'all, if you had children, would allow somebody who's got a reputation for talking inappropriately to a minor around your minor. So I don't know what he's talking about. He lost me.
Articles.
I mean, he never had me, but he lost me again.
I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place. I mean, how would each of you look if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those words?
We would look crazy if we were talking to children. What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, I wouldn't like it. Nobody else would like it if their private messages got leaked with anybody, but you at least would know you talking to a grown-up. I could be confident, and I don't know why I'm in it. Chat, why are we in it? But I would feel confident anybody, quote-unquote, exposed, yes, any message that you would ever see would be with another adult. What? There would be no danger. There would be no conversation to be had outside of maybe jokes, people laughing at you saying XYZ or you saying XYZ. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Everybody don't have the situation that you have. Everybody's not 40 years old talking to somebody less than half their age.
And this is not a situation where a victim publicly accuses someone of wrongdoing. That never happened here.
Because she's a minor. What do you mean? Half the time, minors don't even know that they're victims to anything. That's why they're prime targets. That's why the term spawn camping is so popular. Because technically, this person wouldn't be a pedo, but like, I'm waiting because I know you at an age where you haven't experienced enough life to know that what I'm doing is manipulative, and I'm kind of like a predator in a way. That's what they do. Of course, a lot of them are gonna look at it like, oh, it's not that bad, nothing happened. Like what?
We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel.
And that's fair. As a content creator, you could feel that way about them unjustifiably terminating your contract and your account. But I'm not going to act like I don't understand why they would do that. Now, will they probably lose money? They'll probably lose money in a lawsuit with you over this. But don't act like you a victim. Don't act like you can't get the public to be on your side that Twitch wronged you in some horrible way when your action here that they're responding to is inappropriate conversation with a minor. Sue them, cool. Be on the good end of the spectrum business-wise, but bro, come on.
Allegations that
So what do you want? Niggas feel bad for you?
Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. You see, I engage with my community.
A little too much, we see.
I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with Twitch users. Conversations that consisted of a variety of playing games and gaming politics, content creation, random stuff. This was the extent of my whispers with this Twitch user.
With this minor. You could say I would love for you just call it what it is. You call it what it was in the tweet, right? Call him a minor. That don't sound as good, do it? So we gotta switch to Twitch user.
On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with a Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. For years.
I mean, that's usually what they do. It's like what do you call those things? I forgot the term for it, but it's a partner manager on you. Like, they barely do anything. You really don't need one.
I'm talking no front page love. You're talking about the face of the platform, right? Literally. The face of the platform. And I know Champions Club remembers this. We got zero front page love on the website.
Okay.
He was never on my channel. He didn't follow me on Twitter.
Oh, nah. Not the Twitter follow, bro.
He wouldn't even inform us about Twitch rival tournaments. We're talking about the two-time Twitch rival tournament. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you want to play in it?
How could he?
We got zero support from this guy. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the two-time.
Okay, I guess.
So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. And just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence?
Maybe not. I mean, maybe they went to him and asked for testimony about some of the things that you might have been into, being your former manager. I don't think that means anything.
The Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time, just in case anybody missed that one.
I didn't miss it, just like you didn't miss the word minor in your original tweet and are now backtracking on it. The reason the minor didn't say that they wanted to report anything was probably because they're a minor and they're fucking stupid.
The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch.
I'm sorry, she's not stupid. She's just ignorant. Why would she know what you're doing is wrong? It's not inappropriate messages mutually. It's inappropriate on your part.
This
Why would she know that?
Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch, even though the user told him clearly that
because that person is a responsible adult that knows that the kid doesn't know any better. And yes, I still want you to supply some type of information because what happened was wrong. Why wouldn't he push that?
Never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged. On June 24th, 2020, Twitch's special operations team receives and reviews the user's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team.
Right, because nothing illegal technically happened. And that's what you judging this whole thing off of. I look good based off technicalities. That's his assumption right now. And if you still got a problem with me after this, there's something wrong with the world. There's something wrong with you.
That would have been the end. That should have been the end. But that partner manager Oh boy, did he had it out. He had it out for the two-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do?
What's he do? Let me know.
He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team.
I mean, you are a gigantic creator. I think the best way out of this situation is to release the messages. That's the best way to give full transparency to this situation. Because if you want people to look at this as a not that bad type of situation, that's what you would do. Now, it's way too risky to drop the messages. Because one thing that's said could make this dude look insane. One thing. And he knows that. So it looks good on him to not release it. Two, I don't know what legal agreements that he has or what plans in the future that he has to sue anybody. But I would just think that if you're willing to make a YouTube video saying all this right now, it's not too much more that you would be doing in the background or behind the scenes that would prevent you from showing the messages. That's what I would do.
He escalates the report to a friend on Twitch's LER team. So a day later, on June 25th, the LER analyst pulls the entirety of the whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time and does not have access to their computer or work files. Let me just remind you, I went through a big-time arbitration, okay? And, you discover a lot of stuff. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time.
Mm-hmm.
The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate.
Not to a kid. No. Not unless there's something inappropriate happening. It's not like making it look inappropriate. They're inappropriate. You're making it seem like they're going out of their way to make it look worse than it is, when from the start, you interacting with a minor is inappropriate by default. So
even when they aren't.
If this person is not kin to you, what are we talking about? Why are you talking to a kid that it doesn't belong to you? Not a nephew, a kid, a little sibling, a cousin. Like, what are we talking about? What conversations are being had?
Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch.
And on a business scale, it might have violated their terms of service, which is technically why you would have a case in suing them and winning your case, whatever it might be from back then. That could be fair. That ain't got nothing to do with anything I'm talking about, though. And to be honest, the reason it probably got escalated the way it did was because there was no action being taken.
Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh? The NCMEC. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what?
What?
As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed, they didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision.
The dude made such a mistake. Whoever the Cody dude is initially, he made such a huge mistake when it comes to releasing this information. Because he coupled it with why Twitch banned DrDisrespect, as opposed to exposing the fact that DrDisrespect was talking to a minor. Had he never included that this was the reason why they banned him, he would have zero leg to stand on when it comes to the minor conversation. Zero. Absolutely zero. But since he accompanied they banned him because of this, and it wasn't technically an enforceable ban, like it's something that he could have fought against, he gets to use as a defense after and try to make himself look like a victim, and if there's some type of witch hunt and all the higher up executives are personally against him and they're trying to come against him and take him out of people's field of view, like he gets to use this excuse as opposed to just directly responding to what made you talk to someone that was younger than your child or around the age of your children. What made you continue communicating with somebody that you knew was underage? What made you get quote unquote inappropriate with what you knew was a minor while married at your age with a family? Like, what made you do those things?
He's having a conversation about his issue with Twitch and the legality of it all. At the end of the day though, no one cares as much as him talking with a minor.
That's what I'm saying. These are two separate issues.
To terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable! The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal. So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers?
Oh no, he about to start snitching.
I mean,
oh God, he about to start snitching.
outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me. Hey, unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry.
Real what?
6'8", gorgeous, athletic, successful, college degree, college athlete, bourbon business, gaming studio.
Didn't he cheat on his wife?
Beautiful family. And trust me, we've worked hard.
Beautiful you nigga. I don't even know that because I had to do any research. Niggas just that's just floating around. That's not like something that I had to go do a deep dive for. Niggas just told me that. Just off the strength.
For over a decade to improve as a person, a husband, and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today. And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect. I'm not perfect.
Nah, come on, dude. I don't like this I'm not perfect excuse because what is it that you want people to excuse? You want them to excuse everything and never say that anything you do ever is wrong? Or is there some type of line that people can draw to say, yeah, most things that affect the person aren't that bad. Nobody expects anybody to be perfect or flawless, but there are some exceptions when you do something so egregious and it affects other people that you should be publicly called out for. I don't like this, bro. I'm not perfect shit, bro. Like, nobody said that. Like, I don't think that not texting minors and you a grown-ass man or cheating on your wife are high bars. I just personally don't think that those are, like, very high hills to climb over. I think that's, like, pretty regular shit if you don't do those things. And if you do enact in those things, people would look at you like, wow, that's a little strange. Appreciate you with the 2 months, man. Are you crying?
I don't claim to be perfect.
Oh.
Sometimes I do. But I also didn't do all the shit that they're saying I did. But then that doesn't make a story, right? They wanted media attention. The media wants controversy.
I don't think this makes Twitch look good at all. Them having you on the platform and them handling this as privately as they did, getting sued as a result of it. I think if anybody was looking for like media push, it was the Cody guy. But I mean, you don't represent all of Twitch, obviously, so.
And by sensationalizing all this with big, inaccurate headlines like sexting and sexually explicit.
I think the biggest headline in all of this is minor, and you included that in your initial tweet.
You all got what you wanted. At the expense of the tube time.
Okay.
The reality is, they wanted to cut down the doc. Plain and simple.
And what you'll provide me next is proof that they sent a Russian spy who looks 12 years old, but in reality, I found out that she was 48. And I was texting her the whole time. That's what he's going to say next. It has to be, right? Because why? What do you mean you're targeted? Like they're coming after you. I don't understand.
I don't understand why would they want attention when they could have said this years ago when he was at his peak.
I don't know, but this is delusional, bro.
Look at some of these horrendous acts.
Right, it was AI. The orphan movie plot. See, this is why.
Of Twitch streamers that were never banned.
Oh, he
Got
is
some
about to
examples
snitch.
right here.
Oh my God, he's about to snitch.
Example number 1. A streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which constitutes a violation of Twitch's...
Bro. 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 Wait. Why are y'all saying Sean question mark? He's not talking about me. First of all, you know what? First of all, bitch, wait a minute. Y'all not talking to me. Sometimes I say hard R and it slip out. Who gives up? What are you gonna do about it? Where's the clip? Exactly. Shut up. Second of all, I will take hard R from every white man that I communicate with for the rest of my life. I'd rather have hard N-words like thrown around the way on Twitch even and not have everybody talking to kids. How are these comparable? What are we talking about? These the same thing?
Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent. Twitch scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his intent to determine whether his conduct was a violation of Twitch's policies, ultimately determining it was not a breach of Twitch's policies. Why wasn't I called into a meeting?
He said N-word or minors.
Why wasn't my intent taken into consideration, champs?
What's the next
Example number 2.
Oh, he's okay.
Streamer was reported for discussing doing things with deceased animals and discussing philia, all while live streaming. Never suspended, but instead given a multi-million-dollar contract.
And so, who would this person be?
Now we know he definitely say the N-word with a Bud Light in his hand.
You think this dude cares about the N-word? He is a 40-year-old gamer. I think, what, a Call of Duty veteran? You think for 1 second I think this dude cares about niggas saying Nick? Or hard R? Really? Come on, dude.
Example number 3.
Bro, if you actually cared about any of those things, I'm confused. What did he just say?
If accompanied by hateful intent.
And reported, and they got their account back. Is there footage of those things that you can provide to show Twitch's hypocrisy? And even if you did show those things, that still doesn't take you out of the field of view for being inappropriate with minors? I'm failing to see how this makes him look any better.
Example number 3. Streamer was reported for a sexually explicit stream involving children and telling children to send Snapchats of them. Never suspended, but instead, given a multi-million-dollar contract.
Who the fuck? I'm sorry. Who? You mean to tell me Twitch has a user that has been reported after being seen soliciting images from children, telling their audience to send them Snapchats of themselves? And it could be true. I doubt it. And they are popular enough for nobody on the platform to have public record of that having happened, but also be big enough to receive a multi-million-dollar contract. How? How and where? I need to see who this is. Who is this person?
We would have been heard about that if that was true, although it sounds like he talking about Kick streamers.
It's not that it's maybe on Kick. It's that if that's the case and they got a contract on Kick, that means they were banned on Twitch. Is there an investigation going on with whoever that person may be? Potentially. All you're saying is that they were given a multi-million-dollar contract, and that means they're big enough to have received that size contract and also no clips or anything available about this person that there definitely would have been had a person the size worthy of a multi-million-dollar contract. We would have known about something like that.
It's so obvious that certain Twitch executives, employees involved had personal biases against the doc and used all of this as an opportunity to terminate my contract. Go back and look at the timing of all this too. The doc's termination lines up with two preferable, profitable, and expensive streamers leaving Mixer. As soon as Twitch knew that Mixer had failed, and go look at the timing. These other expensive streamers needed a new streaming platform. So Twitch rushed through its decision to terminate the tube time. You see, I shouldn't even be banned from Twitch.
Maybe. Who knows? Do we care?
And Cody, Connors, I just have to say it again. Why would you do this? Like I said, this was handled professionally years ago. No fucking wrongdoing. But because of you, Cody, we just lost. Fuck, man.
What, the family dog?
Unfortunately, we have to lay off people from Midnight Society.
Oh, that sucks. Because of you, though.
Right. Because of you, Cody.
No, because of you. You were talking to the... It was you that was talking to the minors. That was you. That was you.
You know, through all this, we are where we are.
Mm.
And like a fucking man, I'll accept it. What I don't accept is sitting quietly by and let these idiots attack me with false accusations. No. For all these doc haters out there too, oh man, the ones that project and project and project and project and worry about everyone else's problems, right? I can't understand that mindset. I could care less. We've always stayed in our lane.
Oh, brother, man. You got enough money to where you could go off into a business venture, do almost anything else after getting publicly eviscerated in the way that you have. And the benefit would have been that you would have had all the resources in the world to go off the grid, potentially change your look a little bit, and venture into a business that wasn't nearly as public and be fine. You could literally go off the grid and have a profitable business model and fade into obscurity. But the desperation for I don't get it. Like, you know you're wrong. Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's delusional enough to believe that the biggest victim in this whole thing is him. Maybe that's what he's delusional enough to believe, but why the alternative and the more attractive option isn't get off the net, change my look, pour all my resources and business into a profitable business model so that I can still keep generating income, because I won't be able to do it off the back of, you know, my audience anymore. I don't know. But then again, I'm probably underestimating the amount of people that take any of that type of stuff seriously. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying gamers by large have no morals, but are generally pretty stupid. And so I could believe in some universe that he counted on the stupidity of a percentage of his audience to buy into the fact or the idea that Twitch is out to get me, and I'm going to purposefully allow myself to be marketed and put out there as a pedo and come back with the excuse that I laid the trap. And I wasn't sexting the minor. I was just talking to her inappropriately, and they're going to make me look like the victim. My audience is going to regurgitate my thought process to the masses, and eventually it'll convince enough people to believe that I basically did nothing wrong. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe he's not delusional. Maybe he's just calculated and he knows the climate better than I do. Maybe.
But somehow, some way, these people, they just get in our lane. For all you doc haters, I'm sure you'll dissect all of this and still find a way to publicly criticize me. Do what you need to do.
You publicly criticized yourself.
I'll say this isn't for you.
Does he still have a fan base? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He was partially saying they're out to get me for talking weird to kids like that's a bad thing.
This was my
Crazy
team.
strategy.
Today, my community, my friends, La Familia, that have supported me. And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not denying that to all of you out there, it looks bad.
You can't deny it.
I have no way of knowing if the Twitch users thought our exchange of whispers was inappropriate. If it was, I apologize. All I know is that I never did what Twitch, Cody Connors, or the public is claiming. And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not denying that to all of you out there, it looks bad. I have no way of knowing if the Twitch users thought our exchange of whispers was inappropriate.
You see how this portion is the portion, like the end, it's like less than 10 seconds dedicated to the part that he actually is under fire about, but the entirety of this 20-minute rant has been about something that nobody who's been criticizing him gives a fuck about. That is a legal ramification that you deal with the company that you have a partnership with, that you have a contract with. What regular people have been talking about is this 10-second excerpt out of the 30 minutes you've been talking.
You better not ever go to cell block 1 lol word from the wise.
That's all people care about. And this is what you spent the least amount of time on. And that's the thing that you're still going to be criticized the most for after all of this. From anybody that's got half a brain.
I'm not saying anything more about any of this, right? Unless I need to, because trust me, I have more I haven't disclosed. I just want to get back to what we do best. Put on a show. And climb our way to the tippity top of the mountain, man.
He got it. He got it, man.